Where is this stupid thing? Oh, there you are. Okay. So.
Meeting on the outside.
Why is
yeah, your haircut looks nice. Thanks.
Why can't we go into
Nice.
my air-conditioned room? What's wrong with going inside?
Did you not say that there's mold?
She, for her personal preferences, she does not want to be in the area that we have had the mold.
But that means that we're in a medical emergency, that you can't breathe in.
I have no control of that.
Yes,
Trent.
you do.
I have control of
Right
certain
now,
things.
you call
I'm
the
so
ADA.
sorry.
You call the ADA department, explain to them that you're unable to make your visit because I would like to visit inside the home.
Yeah.
And
you all have followed up with who you need to follow up with. So.
Yeah.
And I'm not the specialist here when it comes to that. You have the reports, you said. So with that said.
All right. So you're saying it's unsafe for you to come into my house.
So are we going to meet today, or?
I just need to know.
Well, I said that in advance that I would not be coming in.
You're not coming in because.
Do you recall Barbara mentioning that in advance?
And you feel that your health would be in danger, basically.
Well, like I said, I have no control of that when it comes to what you're going to do.
Do you feel like your health would be in danger?
So if you want to meet today, I'll be glad to meet
with
you.
I would love to, yes.
But I will not come on the inside.
Because you feel that it's a dangerous situation?
I'll let you make the decision on knowing that I won't come in the inside, as I had already previously stated.
That's fine.
To you all.
And I would like a reason.
I already mentioned the reason. You mentioned about the mold.
Oh. So, okay.
There's not a lot more I could do on that, Trent.
Okay. Do you want this chair, or do you want to bring
I'm
one
going to go
out?
get my cigarettes, and I'll stay in the house like I'm supposed to, and your stairs
so
there
you're
for you.
going to sit in the door.
Yep. It's like they forgot my disabilities. Are you kidding me? Where's my cigarettes? Come on, man.
For him, we needed a way to let him get his phone out of.
I didn't realize. Okay, but yeah, I didn't even realize that. I should have woke up and I saw this and I thought, well, maybe when he comes out, you'll kind of.
No.
He kept wanting out, just to lay on the concrete or the grass or whatever, just to be outside.
Okay.
And we're like, okay. He originally didn't want one.
Okay.
And then I went ahead and bought it.
Okay. Yeah, that's nice.
And then the neighbors.
And the very day that she brought it, I found a use for it. So I literally.
Long and length. I mean, that's width-wise.
Well, if we closed it in, it would be 18.5 square feet.
Okay.
Enclosure.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Ours is the oldest and yet the most trained dog in the whole building.
Okay.
So we're trying to get him used to being all right on the concrete
Well,
here.
no, Star's 2 years old.
Star's a little older than her.
Star's 2 years old.
So I got several things that I need to get done today, and one is the renewal of his care plan and the renewal of his HIPAA information, and also a risk assessment that I have to complete. I noticed that he had a 7-day hospital follow-up when I put up his information today, and so I'll need to get that completed.
And we have
as
a
well.
follow-up on the 20th.
Okay.
He couldn't get me in any sooner.
I kind of figured he was all up in arms about another dog that had come over, walking around, and you were coming up. I figured give him a bone, get him quiet.
And that's still in Bono. We still have
Yes.
this of mine. Okay.
Bono family medicine.
Okay.
And if we're talking upcoming doctor's visits, let me pull that up. So he's got renew on the 27th.
All these are in June.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's
And that's in person telehealth.
I believe that one's in person.
Okay.
Because I did mention that, and she agreed that it had been a while since we went in. So I made a point of mentioning it to her specifically in his last.
Okay.
And I know it's not in with your insurance stuff, but he's getting his medical marijuana card recertified at the end of the month. And he is changing his doctor for that because we found a doctor that does it a whole hell of a lot cheaper.
A third of the price.
That's the end of July to go.
Well, his current medical marijuana
Will work until,
ends at the end of July,
But
and
if
he's
I
getting
get my
the recert at the end of this month,
so that it would be able to be appropriate.
so that it'll be
By the time I get
recertified
it,
before
it'd be ready to be
lasts.
certified. So.
And he's using Sugar Magnolia. It's a new
I got a
medical
card.
marijuana.
I got a card.
The paperwork is clipped to the side of my shelf right there.
That's just great. I don't know what you're talking about. I got a card.
Crop is the most. Yeah, I'm gonna get the info
That's
just
the
in case you
name
just.
of it. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, hadn't heard of that one. Okay. Is this your only card?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving it to you so that you would be able to give it to other individuals.
Yeah.
Those who
And
need to be
speaking of
qualified
other
for it.
individuals.
Yeah, normally, David, thank you for that, because I hadn't even heard of this.
Well, speaking of other individuals, here is their pay schedule, their price schedule.
That's their prices.
Oh.
We only have one of these.
But I have
so
it on my Facebook.
Yeah.
I can always print a copy.
I
Yeah.
figured you might like the price schedule for whoever.
For whoever's spending $200 to
Typically, those that have
$300.
those, they already know who they want to
Yeah.
use, but if
Well,
they should want to change. that's
Before
good
this one,
to
Everybody
have.
was $300
Yeah,
and
everyone
then
was
$250.
and
Well, this
yeah.
was the first time I've
When
ever
did they
seen it.
come?
They just popped up.
Yeah, they just started.
I sure hadn't heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right next to
They're-
Crop.
They're in the same shopping
On the Caraway Plaza.
area in the Caraway Plaza next to the Crop dispensary. They're only open, I believe she said Monday, Wednesday, and
Was that on there too?
well, the hours on here say Monday through Friday, 10 to 5.
It was Monday,
The
Wednesday.
doctor themselves
Are only there on certain
are
days
only
and
there on
hours.
certain days. You can walk in and make an appointment to see the doctor. They're open every day of the week, but the doctor themselves is only open.
It just cuts costs for having the doctor not in the office,
Yes.
which allows them to.
Thank you for that information, but that's new. Hopefully I'll try not to. I may have to put on my mask if I get the sneezing, because allergies is really.
Oh, we just got a
Filtration system.
fan.
I've got fans
So-
and such like that.
So
Also,
we're working on filtering
I've
everything.
replaced my my smoke detector, which was
Oh,
more
yeah?
like a water detector. I threw that thing out.
Yeah,
I
the
got
one
I
that-
got the one that does carbon
You have a
monoxide.
filtration fan, you said?
Yes.
Right here.
It has a
It's right there now.
total air filter on it with UV sanitation, has
The
ionic
requirements that it
filtration
takes
on
in
it.
order to kill the spores in the air so that it's safe environment.
I splurged and got the total filtration instead of the basic filtration.
I know y'all that more likely to do your research before you decide to purchase something. so.
Oh yeah, I've done my research.
Well,
and,
the machine itself, a friend of ours had, and they got a new one because the filters for these aren't easy to find.
Mhm.
But you can find the filters on Amazon, and I pay for
Okay.
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
she's a cash
Got
player.
it the next day, huh?
Yeah. So they're like, we don't use it anymore. You can clean it up, and oh my God, there's smokers, and it was just absolutely nasty. So I spent like 4
But I
hours
taught her
cleaning
how to
it.
break down a machine, take all the parts off, and she was able to clean it
Well,
intricately.
great. This may take
All
a
my
minute to come
fans,
up.
I took apart. Everything's been wiped down with hydrogen peroxide.
Okay.
And according to the landlord, the state, and the inspector, my house, as of right now, is safe.
Of course, Arkansas doesn't have any laws on mold.
Yeah.
That's what my team said when I inquired. They said.
But there
the
is a
world's
law.
worst when it comes to
If
tenants.
it is affecting his health, though,
It-
that is in the law.
But yeah, that's what they were saying.
So, yeah.
So we're doing testing and everything else. 20th
I made a life I made a life choice in choosing to talk to my family in New York, and they dropped $600 for the test. This is what's going to tie it to it.
Yeah,
it's
that's like your
$600 for this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Officially,
His
my
family
house.
paid for this.
Officially, according to my landlord, not
Right.
my family, my boyfriend, my first boyfriend I ever had.
Well, you,
So plan
You
to get
say he's your
plan to get referral from the PCP to
do you
who?
have the
To a specialist?
Yeah, to a specialist. He's got a picture of the referral.
What kind of specialist?
He's got a picture of the referral paper, and you can get the name. that
And
we're
you
gonna
may
give.
not necessarily need a referral. Just depends. Some it doesn't typically, but that doesn't mean a whole lot because some still do.
It's safer to get the referral. It cuts through a lot of the red tape.
But yeah, some it doesn't require. But
Here is
sometimes
the
they
entire
still.
all the paperwork from the hospital referring me to go there for
Okay.
What
yeah,
kind of specialist?
If
Yes.
you scroll this way,
left to right.
Can you just not tell me the kind of specialist though?
Um,
Because I won't be able to look at all of that.
it just says following clinic slash specialist for follow-up care. And we were told that he has to go to his PCP, Stephanie Capone, and to get a referral to a Dr. John M. Norwood.
Okay, well that helps because I could just look up his name.
He's a
and-
microbiologist.
And the address is 300 Carson, so it's going to be at the Clopton Clinic.
Yeah.
I hope we don't have problems with this one the way we did with the neurologist that diagnosed you with dysautonomia.
Well, we didn't have a problem with
But
the
yeah,
office.
that's fine. No, I was just saying, you know,
What,
I
the
just wanted to
office
get
was
the
nice.
specialist.
It was a nice
Yeah.
visit. We didn't have any arguments. We discussed my situation. He diagnosed me. I left. There was no anything. That Copton, whatever that feller was. I mean, he was very professional and to the point. I got what I know. I got about 13, 14 years left in me. In other words, I'm going to die shorter because of what happened to me.
But while I'm seeing if that's going to connect or not, if you go ahead and make me aware of your hospital, you're not asking what your ER visit that you had, and I can grab that. Right, put it back in here. Okay, there it is. I know where I put it back in here. What the ER visit? What led to that on the?
I went to
consent,
go
if I
to
remember?
St. Bernard's to set up the blood test in order for this whole process. And in the process, I apologized to every individual that I came across, explaining we finally figured out what was making me sick. And I was a man, and I stood in front of every single person. I said, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Please forgive me. That was the first thing I did when I went to St. Bernard's. I talked to
Now, this was last Friday that he talked.
Right.
the same day I went to the emergency room, because that's when I told you I'm getting admitted.
Yeah,
Basically,
I mean, the
here's
ER
the
visit,
key
you went
words.
to the-
There's key words. It's called
Yeah.
"My life is in danger." I believe my
happened
life
was
is in danger.
On the 3rd, we saw Bonofacial. Got a referral for a blood test for the mold exposure. Well, by the time we got everything situated, it was Friday, and when we went up to try it, they had already sent everything off, and it's a test that has to get to the lab within 24 hours, so we couldn't do it Friday. So we went back Monday, the 10th, to do the lab work, and
At that point, I said the key words for a disabled American to get the appropriate help from the advocates. My life is in danger.
So basically, due to not being able to go to, because of the 24-hour window period
Mhm.
for the blood test, you had to go Monday because Friday being the weekend and it's business days only. And so Monday he went to the ER.
we went to do the blood lab
At
work.
St. Bernard's, regular walk-in.
And while there, he was discussing.
That wasn't done whenever this was done.
Yeah.
But I need to add that. So yeah, I should get around to tidying this up probably next week. But I won't get to it before.
Yeah, you're running way behind now.
So yeah, but if y'all have any other questions or concerns, I appreciate you so much for your time today. A couple hours almost, not quite at 2, but you know it happens. So
Well, you see,
anyway,
never mind.
I appreciate you much, and if y'all don't have anything else, thanks again, and I'll follow back up. Took notes on a few things I was going to check on, or ask my team, or ask my supervisor particularly, and I will shoot the response when I get an opportunity to do that, but it won't be this week, I know, for sure. So, all right, well, thanks again, and I'm closing out, and heading on.
Well, you go get cooled off. You've been sitting in the sun.
Yeah, I got water. I was hydrated before I came because I knew I was going to be outdoors, so I just, you know, appreciate you on that. But yeah, I keep my little cooler in my vehicle, especially when I'm.
I was trying to put the fan for the cool air, but
I
he kept
appreciate
knocking
you.
it over.
I appreciate you so much for that. But yeah, I'm good. Like I said, I stay hydrated throughout the day, especially when I know I'm going to be out in the field. And most of everybody I meet outdoors usually. Yep, mostly meet with everybody outdoors.
Oh.
That's why you get the OtterBox with the Defender.
Oh yeah, those come in handy for sure.
I have a habit of breaking things. I have plastic cups.
Especially phones. Everybody does.
Well, especially the fact that I have
Not alone.
seizures and I fall, and if I fall at glass, it's not a good thing. So I don't have any glass that I
I'm so
use.
glad you haven't had to experience that as much. You said recently though, what?
But
This week
recent-
or last week?
It was this week.
This week. Oh, okay. That's really very recent.
Yes.
All
And
right, well, y'all enjoy the rest.
basically, my blood pressure went to 70, and I mean like that's the upper number.
Oh, okay. Normal is what, like
And-
130, 140?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my heart beats per minute went down to 40 beats per minute.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I can show you at what time and where I was when that happened because of the.
Cool.
I have like all this, like if I need to prove something, like you at what
Cool.
did the doctor say?
That's a smartwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's what you know. And then I can
we get everything
instead
we've
of
got?
yes instead of us looking up the information, it's right there. Oh,
Yep,
there it is.
that is
It's
cool.
just that.
Very convenient. Reduces the stress too, doesn't it?
Yes, especially the way I made that list with the medications.
Yep, that's awesome.
That was these. I'm
And you
trying.
said reminders too, so yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, my watch won't stop until I take my medication.
Yep, that is cool. I'll make others aware of that if they should have that kind of phone, you know.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Appreciate you so much for your help.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.
You wanna get the chair? I think you peed on my foot a little bit.
You got it though.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep, that came up. What's the milligram?
That crap.
What's the milligram?
Babe, what's the milligram on that?
I'll be back. Well, that's because we paid for it ourselves. This was cash out of our hand, that's why you didn't get it.
Oh, can you take that?
I'm waiting for her to finish her time
That's
of,
it, as needed.
of womanhood in order
Okay.
to. But we're getting really excited. We're trying to figure out her ovulation cycle and when and such.
What's the milligram? I'm sorry.
10.
And that's once a day. I see
That
the
way you don't end up with pee on your shoes as you leave.
Thank
I
you.
wanna keep it clean.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Wouldn't be too good for you to become an adult.
Now, where's the Xanax?
Right
Babe.
there next to the lotion bottle. Up. Right next, other side of the stairs.
These are days that I didn't need a second dose.
Who prescribes that? Okay.
So I'm trying not to
He got
take
the
the
Tadalafil
Xanax.
from PC.
Okay.
And she's in charge of it, and I take it appropriately with the amount of time and such like that. But as you can see, sometimes if I don't need it, I don't take it. You know what I mean? And here's the extras to show
And
that I've at least
he
had
has it in
6.
backup for days when he does need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's more so for what, I mean, I know you say that, but what's the medical, well, not medical term necessarily, but what is it actually for?
The Xanax,
No,
Dilatil,
the-
Yes.
erectile dysfunction.
Yeah. Due to my stressors, medications, and dysautonomia, I can no longer do it on my own.
Okay. You're gonna get it out the sun. I put sunscreen on, but still feel that.
Yeah.
So that's
Like I
that's-
said,
is
I
that
need to
it?
get
That's
a-
it on medicine.
I
We
need to
good?
get an umbrella.
As far as I know.
All
far
right.
as I know.
Awesome. So we got that updated. We're good there.
Of course, there's the over-the-counter ibuprofen and stuff like that. But that's a
Yeah, I won't count that. Yeah. I heard you earlier. You mentioned about allergies. What? You told me that already.
Mucinex and melatonin will make me go like.
Yeah. It's like he's high on
there's
meth.
there's a cartoon character that represents that craziness. I'll remember it when you leave.
And you mentioned something about another one. What was it? Melatonin and you said it, but I missed it.
Well, I said Vioxx.
It's the not produced
It's that,
medication.
Yeah, it's not produced anymore. Tramadol and Haldol are also 2 medications that put me immediately into a seizure. Found that out in jail.
It's Hydol, Hydol,
How?
Haldol.
Haldal or OL.
There you go.
So that's the okay. Yeah, I got it. Okay, thank you.
Not a problem.
What would it call, what happens when you were to take those?
Sends him into a seizure.
Oh.
Like severe.
All of a
swallowing,
sudden,
everything.
things start. Well, okay, it starts with dropping shit.
Something called seizures, though. Okay.
A full body muscle.
Yeah, I
type
passed
seizure.
out. Luckily, when I was in jail, the actual people who didn't work for the jail, the guys in there, I have an attitude where everybody was worried for
So
me.
no PT, no OT. And you still have your wellness check with your doctor. No flu. Do you get the flu shot or anything like that?
No, I don't need the food.
Okay, so OT, PT, you're 5'10", 102 pounds.
Yes. 187, we actually just went
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
Hey, pal, bye.
And who was Doris Barber and Tammy Hawkins? Those names. I see those names.
Tammy Hawkins was a mental doctor.
Okay. So I just
Was.
I'll put Stephanie Jones on right now.
Yeah.
But did she diagnosed you for the same thing, all the diagnoses I have for
Yeah.
you?
As a matter of fact,
Exactly.
we're in the process of getting a brain scan. They have this test that they put the helmet, they
Jones
put
is
the
trying to
thing on
do
my
it.
on my
I
head.
think I remember you all telling me that.
Yes.
So that's called.
And we are following through with that. I want to know what my disability is because, quite frankly, nobody really knows. It mimics
So many other things.
so many things where I suffer from certain. You're not disabled at all. Like that's wow. I lived in insane asylums when I was a child. Raped, beaten, Thorazine shuffled, the whole 20 yards.
Oh, hush.
Okay,
Neighbors
so-
walking through.
That's just Charles. Leave him alone.
Sonny, come here, Sonny.
He usually lets the dog
Sonny.
play.
Come here, Sonny.
Yeah, I'll go back and check
Come
those.
here, Sonny.
Because I'm
Alright.
going to have
Sonny.
to go ahead and go to that other part.
Yes.
I have stipulated to your prices. Feel like how this was done and if it had you'd been up for that.
I was admitted into the hospital. I signed my name. I was admitted. I was not in the ER. Upstairs.
How did that cause you to feel?
that I signed the paper to go upstairs. I felt.
Matter
Hey.
of when you were assaulted by them. It says describe how that situation caused you to feel.
I don't leave the house
Yeah,
anymore.
It made his agoraphobia extremely worse. It set us back about 4 years on working on his agoraphobia.
If
It
these
made it
people
to where
can
he
just
couldn't-
beat me up and tease me and get away with it, and another agency, the Metro Police Department, told them, "Fuck you, we're not coming out."
The connection
You can talk
with
to Miss
having signed
Sally.
his name
I
on
have the
paper-
record of Miss
Okay,
Miss
okay.
Sally.
What
Calm
about,
down.
how does that look to others? Which I guess you would be the better one on that because you kind of around them.
Yeah.
You want me to walk away? You need to be truthful so you don't feel Call Legal Aid, Arkansas.
Thank you for calling Legal Aid Now. Please enter your zip code. Before we connect you to a live agent, please briefly tell us how we can help.
I need a lawyer.
For family or divorce issues, including child custody or support, press 1. For eviction, landlord, or rent issues, press 2. Press 1 if you are a landlord. Press 2 if you are a tenant or renter. Would you be willing to pay for a lawyer if they could resolve your legal issue? Press 1 for definitely, 2 for probably, 3 for maybe, or 4 for no. I can't afford to pay for a lawyer or require a free legal aid service.
I need free legal aid. I'm disabled.
Please hold while we connect you. Transferring you now.
Thank you for calling Legal Services. Your call may be recorded or monitored for quality assurance. One of our friendly and helpful staff will be with you in just a moment. Please stay on the line. Someone will be right with you.
So who are you calling?
Thank you for calling customer
What did you say before that? Distracts
Thank you for calling.
distracts himself with hobbies. You said something before that.
About the comfort from
Hello,
assistance
my name is
That's what it
Frank Cavazar. I just spent close to $1,200.
You said comfort from what again? I'm sorry.
From assistance animals in the home.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just.
I also have the medical $600 test that I got a year late. That'll take a week to process. Everything's been taken care of.
I definitely gotta get a little sunshade thing.
Pretty much kind of emotional support pad, but
Yeah.
really, yeah.
Well, we're training him to be an assistance animal, but in the meantime, he qualifies for emotional support. And the cat is emotional support. Yeah, when he gets aggravated, Kitty will come and just plop her ass.
You ever go to Petco? Y'all get a chance to check out Petco?
Or,
Regarding some possible assistance on training for
both Petco and PetSmart have training
PetSmart
classes.
is what I said.
Yeah.
PetSmart.
They both have training classes.
Cool.
It's just a combination of getting the money and having the classes at the same time that we have the money.
So they do have a fee for the classes though.
Yeah.
What's the fee for the classes? That's okay. But yeah, I just thought about that.
I don't remember.
Okay. What should not be used?
Okay. I apologize to have to stop between.
What should not be used? I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry,
This is what you said for me to do.
but I didn't say today though. I'm sorry. I can only do so much in one day. What do
What
you
is-
need? What do you need to me for me to do, Trent?
Legal
I
aid.
can only do so
Legal
much in
aid.
one
Legal
day.
aid.
What do you need from legal aid now? Did you not call?
I just called.
I mean, before though. Did you not call before today?
No, ma'am, not
Not the
until
impression that
I
It was
have
me
to,
calling.
legal
They
aid,
wouldn't talk to me.
I have to be a
They would
defendant.
not.
They wouldn't talk to me on behalf of him.
they probably gonna talk to me neither.
Yeah, this is the same thing.
Because I'm not an attorney.
And you can't talk to
Obviously,
me,
You calling them?
and you can't talk to me because I'm mentally.
Were you present when she called?
Several occasions, yeah, but
I have the
they-
phone calls recorded.
Because if you were present, they should have contacted you. But yeah, let me go ahead and finish. this
Yeah.
up.
Way behind on right there.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
what should not be used if you would have them on? Pretty much a bad day.
Bad day.
What should
Leave me
not be
alone.
used? Oh, you slept early. Yeah, you did. What should not be used?
Needles?
Yeah, he has a few people.
Having a bad day? Okay.
When he's having a bad day, it's almost impossible for him to go to a doctor's office. So we can't.
I don't go unless I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
I don't want.
Can't-
I don't want the
can't
state.
Make him leave the house.
I'm not trying
Okay.
to make the state
I was
have a
thinking more of
man.
that too,
Yeah.
but I
You
still
know.
have to get it from you all.
Like I can't even get him out here to walk the dog when he's having a bad day.
That's why we got the fence.
Yeah.
Dog can walk and we got water.
As for, okay, that should go with that, I believe. Action should be taken to keep everyone safe, supported, and to prevent him from having that day. I think that would kind of go with the youth significant others.
All the relevant.
Yeah, that'll go with that.
I have them unlisted.
Allow him to have his comfort, his emotional support back, and then distracting him with hobbies that go together. I don't know, they have that separate, but
If I have video of abuse, who do I give it to?
video of abuse,
Yeah.
you would call APS, you have to report it. And so, were you the
They-
one
they-
that saw
they-
it?
They didn't. I'm the victim.
Of abuse, you mean with the toxic, the mold, when you say that, what do you mean?
No, I'm a victim of being beaten and tased and nearly killed in a hospital.
Oh, that's probably what the police
Yeah.
thing. That's the
It can't
police.
be. His paycheck was from the hospital.
Oh.
He was not on duty. That's why this is here.
That's a more of a. that
Miss
type.
Sally,
That wouldn't be a
Miss Sally
APS.
from the Metro Police Department showed me this. No agents can come. No government agent can come into my house
Okay.
with a conspiracy to
Well, I
harm
think
me.
that's all the updates. If I come across anything else, then I'll shoot a text to the both of you all and kind of let you know. But I think I got mostly everything I need on updates. I don't believe there's anything else I need to update for that. Because everything else is pretty much the same. I just need to put a support team down. But yeah, I took a picture of it and I'll see what's going on. But
Yeah.
at this point, I don't know. Took a while.
Every time they send a bill, I tell you.
The only other thing, I'll just have to call the provider and ask them and see what they say.
Yeah.
Because I called the number on there the last time, which has been probably over a month, close to 2. I'll just have to call the place she went to. I have to get around to following up with them.
Any
It's
information?
NEA.
Yeah, it's the NEA optometrist at the NEA.
Happened to be there for doing something, and then I seen
What's the name of the person? Lawrence?
Cooper on Montana. I can't remember. I don't even remember your name.
Pam.
Pam.
For some reason, Anna Lawrence is bringing it up, but they may not be sure.
Lawrence is the most tested.
Michael Lawrence is there too. Anna. It's no big deal. It may be in claims if you only have Medicaid. If you have another insurance, all the claims will always show up, or the prescriptions don't. So I'll look that up. But
Oh,
either
you're
way,
right, Lawrence. Anna Ellen Lawrence.
yeah, I know that she's over that way. Some days I have because many see the same person too, so that helps. But I was thinking that was the case. Thank you. Okay.
Hidden away in a box is the name.
Oh yeah, I had to search for it there. Okay, so we got that. Got the signals of the HIPAA plan. Now I'm gonna go over the part. I think it's the health part. I need to go over with it.
Sure.
Gonna be out of here at least by 3:30. The latest. medications that I have down for you, and you'll let me know if they're the same or not. I don't completely discontinue. You're still on. Some of these have generic names and not the brand name.
We're good at generic. We've been doing the generic.
Quetiapine.
Clozapine is my Seroquel. It's 2 pills.
Is that the 400?
That's the 400 at night.
Extended release.
And who was that prescribed by?
The new Renew.
Okay, I'll read it. I guess this was a Benjamin something you had.
No, that was just a temporary. She went for a vacation. I seen him once.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the doctor's name now?
Same first name as your PCP.
I'll just put Renee.
Jones, I think.
I don't remember.
That's
Stephanie
okay.
Jones.
I think it's Stephanie Jones.
Because you see Stephanie Duvall at Bono
To-
and Stephanie Jones at
There's a lot of Stephanies willing to help.
And you say it's 400 milligrams still? And is it, you say at bedtime? So that's the only time, just once, and that's at
At
bedtime?
nighttime. And it lasts the entire day.
Not.
And he runs to us.
Would you?
No, I don't want it. No, I don't want it.
Okay, another one has, or I just did that one, I'm not sure, Stephanie Jones.
Because it possibly might be the wrong. This is another reason why I insist that if I'm dealing with my health care, that I have something to record that health care. Because I could be wrong, and I want to
Oh,
make
it happens.
you know, and I'm the kind of person to walk to a hospital, walk inside, talk to reception.
Did somebody pee out here?
I like went through the whole building to the security office. I went to the administrative office. I went to the business office. Anybody that I accused of doing wrong things, I face to face. I don't bullshit over a phone. Oh, I'm sorry. I go face to face.
And the next one is alprazolam.
Prazolam,
That's Xanax.
Xanax,
Okay.
Renew.
And that one, he takes one at bedtime, and he has another one he takes at night.
It's still two. No, that's two. Wait a minute.
Where to put my phone?
What's the milligram on your bottle of alprazolam?
Alprazolam.
Bottle's right over there next to my
You mean my Xanax?
Yes.
They're telling them 2 milligrams each. Now I can't find my phone. Have I left my phone out there with you?
It's in the floor down here by the door.
Thank you.
As well as a cigar.
Hey, I don't have to go back for a pack.
Yeah, almost everything. The alprazolam is the only thing. And again, that's fluoxetine.
Yeah, that's a name I have. I have actually already have her name on
Here's a list of all my medications, when I take them, what they look like.
it. Okay, yeah, it's gonna be quicker if I just go through. Oh, that's great though.
Yeah, I'm
I
about to
just go through the
say.
list.
If you want to know what I'm on,
That's great.
I have it right there.
What do you have that like in a?
I have part of Samsung's health app.
Awesome.
I'd rather be
Health
able,
app.
Health app. Yeah.
Health, yeah, cool.
It works with the watch. It keeps blood pressure.
Health app, that's cool.
It checks for my heart rate. If I
Okay.
get too stressed, it'll go
Okay.
off and be like, dude.
And
chill.
trazodone 50 milligrams.
Yes, ma'am.
At night.
Okay,
Let's give you a better view.
that's very organized there. And when you go to your doctor's
It's
appointment.
not the first time that I've had to deal with it. Now, if you notice, the Olazepam is on here twice because I take it more than once.
Mhm.
The times are between, but this is everything, including my inhalers and my
Cool.
Claritin and the Mucinex, everything, the milligrams. And this
Cool.
also shows you what interactions these medications are going to have and to watch out for what side effects.
Cool.
So,
And the other one I have on here is a 400 milligram. It's acyclovir. I'm saying that?
Cyclovir.
Acyclovir. Okay.
That's from
that's right here,
Bono family.
Cyclovir.
Still taking that one out?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anything in this
And that's
list,
just when?
At night.
Okay.
no. I have specific times that I take my medication.
It is one time though.
Yes, it says it. It was I took today. It was 11:30.
So I'll just keep it at daily then.
Yes, but
It's not a
this
big
thing won't shut up unless I take my medicine.
And that's the PCP. Cool.
Yes, that's PCP.
Cool. Oh, you have a lot of
see-
advantages on your phone when you use them,
See,
huh? A
Olazepam
lot of people don't.
says I gotta stay away from grape juice.
Oh, cool. So even
So-
warnings are given.
Yeah. Like here's
And that's the health app on the Samsung now.
Yeah, and it tells you if the moderate side effects
That's
if
cool.
used together,
Is that
alcohol.
An Apple? Is that a iPhone or
Android.
Android.
No. This is it's a Samsung.
Right, but it's Android though.
No. It's Samsung.
It's still
it's
an Android.
Samsung's.
I
But
got
you
you.
can't get this on any other
No,
phone.
you
but-
can't.
All right, then I have loratadine on here, 10 milligrams, and that's one time.
Yes,
It's
that's
daily.
Claritin, PCP.
Yep. Then you got fluticasone. Is that like the nasal?
That's
the nasal.
Flonase, PCP.
Okay. So I got that. Okay.
Yeah, that's my Pro 8. That reacts with grape juice.
That's 10. So anything else? Because that's all I have on the list.
He also has a starts with a V. His inhaler, Ventolin.
Ventolin.
How do you spell that?
Ventolin.
I'm on a tip to. I think
Here it is. Voltaren.
Oh, okay, I was close. I had an A instead of O. But still didn't.
You know, I'm like the one person who's honestly trying to take care of his health without.
Is that strength 108? What is it on the strength? (200 meter, 90 minutes per). Okay, 90 something.
Hope it didn't break. Okay, cool.
Thanks for that.
Yes, ma'am.
It's almost 80 degrees in this house.
Yeah, it's hot today.
It is.
It's gonna be even hotter after today, though. This weekend.
Hey, well, even with the fans, it's still 10 degrees cooler than what it's saying it is outside.
We got the
Yeah.
thermometer right above us right here.
So you do that daily or as needed with the albuterol? That's basically what it is.
Albuterol I am using every 4 hours. The Ventolin I use every 4
What's the
hours.
difference in the two?
One
I
is a
didn't think there was a
steroid,
difference.
one is a non-steroid.
Oh, because they have them listed like one is a generic name and one is a brand name.
And it's whichever one I get, the Ventolin or the
I got you, but it's
Pro.
the same medication.
It does the same
But you
thing.
do that one how often?
Several times a
Several
day.
times a day.
As needed. I figured it would be as needed, but that's clarified.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he had a fiddle accident on the
And that's through your PCP?
PCP.
And it'd be okay to say independently you take it?
Yes.
Okay.
She has to remind me.
It's the PCP though?
Yes.
You remind me to take on the damn medication, couldn't you? When you had the bed, you had me my pod night. And if you
Have
don't
taken your
hand me the
multivitamins
pod,
today?
see, I didn't
Her
take,
last
I
name
didn't
is
take that either.
D-U-F-F-E-L?
Duval, yeah. I haven't had any medication today. See, you're reminding me today.
So you do have asthma?
Yes. And
I'm gonna walk him. He's doing little fiddles. Relieving his pressure.
yes, dude, yes.
Come on, Sonny. You want to go finish emptying that bladder?
I'm gonna need you close enough to answer questions.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So you're happy to be out, aren't you?
Come on, yeah, that's your
So
beat.
when you said not necessarily independent, would you say family assist?
Family assist, yeah.
Okay.
Who family?
Or do you wanna
All
say-
my family's dead.
Or you want to just say other? and
Other.
put
It would be other.
Significant other, okay.
Significant other, yeah. I don't have any family. They all died.
So,
Like literally, they all died. My sister is the last one, and she's got stage 4 throat cancer, and she's on her way out.
okay.
After that,
I'm sorry to hear that.
no family. That's why she said Billy was my family. He's like family, but he was my first boyfriend. He was my first experiment into caring and stuff like that. Nothing sexual or anything, but we were together. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then we took the extra step, got grounded for like 3 weeks.
I'm gonna put significant other on all of them.
Yeah. Now I have paperwork stated and notarized that she is responsible as my representative payee type of person.
You wanna help him?
Yeah,
Then. Oh,
sure.
that was quick.
Yeah, he was just needing to empty his bladder.
Oh, he did that. Okay.
That's what I was
Oh, he wasn't
seeing.
looking for a walk. He was just looking to relief.
Yeah. That's what I was seeing on the concrete. He was relieving the pressure every now and then.
And I do this, and like this stops. It's safe. You can come down the stairs. There's nothing blocking you. I made it sure that the fire department's fire extinguisher is fully accessible.
Yeah, I'll
These
just
are
go
things
back.
that I look into,
Mhm.
like these intricacies, little things.
I'll just go back and change that since I know that, but I'm not gonna do it for all of them right now. I'm not gonna hit it until probably early next week. Get a chance to tidy everything up.
Yes, ma'am. If you would like to know my actual sleeping habits, I have them recorded.
Any other medication you're on? I know she added.
I just got on Cialis, and take away the Viagra. I mean, we're doing the Cialis thing. 'Cause
That's
my
the
dissident-
Dalafil, the generic brand.
I'm.
Can you spell that for me? Unfortunately, this doesn't.
You asked for it. I gave.
Tadafil. F-I-L, I believe. Tadalafil.
Nope, not coming up.
Cialis.
Tadafil is what I put in there.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you spell that?
If you were just, you know, spell Cialis, it should show you next to the.
No.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. This, you typically have to type it in correctly, exactly how.
Oh
it
my
is.
goodness,
It will not
it's one of
come up.
those.
Hopefully the new system will
No,
change
Sonny.
that.
Generic name for Cialis.
Yeah, hopefully the new system
According
will
to
change that.
Healthline, Tadalafil is the affordable, generic version of
Tadalafil.
brand
Oh,
name
wow.
Cialis. Cialis was originally created
I
and
left
is
out the
produced by
LA.
the pharmaceutical
Oh,
company
so did I.
Eli Lilly.
Medication allergies to.
It doesn't even exist anymore. It's a steroid called Vioxx. It's for my lungs.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Okay,
It doesn't exist anymore.
He does have a medication adverse reaction to melatonin. Instead of making him go down and going to sleep,
I feel like I'm on that.
yeah.
The Benadryl makes me feel like I am wanting to clean everything, move everything, do
So
everything.
basically,
Melatonin. Not.
Melatonin. It's a high.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get a high off it. I don't like getting high.
He was given melatonin in the hospital, and it caused him to have a panic attack,
Like it just.
like a severe panic attack.
Yeah.
So where a specialist was brought in to help calm him down.
They needed to call behavioral health on the third
Yeah.
floor to get one of their nurses
Yeah.
down there to help me get through what I was going through
Yeah.
because of the
Basically
chemical.
causes him to be energized too.
Yeah. Let's see.
I have people who have beat the living daylights out of me, causing me to dysautonomia. You know the story. Cop tases me, beats me while I'm being treated in the hospital. Never makes the arrest. The phone call he makes to make the arrest, the police department said, "Who?" Trent Gattazzaro. For what?
He has an
Camera.
allergic reaction.
They wouldn't even come out. I've got record that the police wouldn't even come out to bother. Not Trent. No, he has the right to record. That's why I have this on my door now. All federal agencies, including from state, county to federal,
The next one
understand.
talks about safety instructions without support. Does not follow safety instructions without support. It pertains to weather, fire or
Oh
household?
no, he is severely safety. And
So he would be no occurrences, because low would be,
if it's a does not follow, then it's a low. It's
low
low to
says
no.
requires minimum prompts given environmental cues such as
Yeah,
alarms,
minimal
lights,
prompts.
and sirens.
Minimum props. Because if anything,
If she doesn't tell me to take a bath, I won't. If she doesn't tell me to take my medication, I'll
So
forget.
explain that to me on the minimum prompts from environmental cues regarding the.
for
does not-
safety,
For safety, that's what we are.
if something safety issue comes up, he obsesses over it until it's fixed.
Yeah, and I can't stop it.
Sirens go off, it's taken him a little while now. He's been here 8-9 years, and every Thursday the sirens go off, and it still sometimes gets him to wondering what's going on.
So he'll obsess over it until what? I missed that part.
Until he can realize that the danger isn't around, or it's.
I'm getting used to tornado warnings.
So there isn't imminent danger, maybe?
Yeah.
All right, we're just about done with that one. So because he had highs and, anything but no occurrence, it required a little longer than what, I initially said it wouldn't take, but it did, and that's okay, because this one we
It's
got
okay.
to do.
It's okay.
In
It's all
your-
part of the
in
Next
your-
one says other risks. Any other risks?
Okay, in your information of insurance, family care medicine, like literally said that I was cured mentally.
Families Inc. tried to falsify documents when he went to try and get his
I
medical
recall
marijuana.
that because that was on there for Families Inc. in Mid-South that has
Yeah.
prevent him from living his best life or something. I remember seeing
Yeah.
that on the care plan when I was going through
They
it.
Families Inc. is the one that tried to falsify his records, saying
So
that
I
he
wouldn't
was
be able to
cured,
get, I
so
was
that he
cured,
couldn't get his
I was
medical
paranoid.
marijuana.
And then when they ran the test, because I asked for them to run the test to see exactly what's wrong with me, they said, we can't pinpoint it, you have too many problems.
You hit for everything.
I hit for everything.
Mid-South just wouldn't give him his records.
I
so that
just
he
want to
could get
know
his
your
stuff.
opinion,
They
Doc.
didn't falsify anything.
I want
on
your
it.
notes. I want the notes that says what you feel about me to be able
Yeah, I
to.
do remember that when I first started.
Yeah.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, Mid-South just wouldn't give him his records. Families Inc. falsified records.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't want to go
What
there.
was the reason for not providing him with his records?
Doctor simply didn't want to
He
provide
said,
records.
I got on video. He goes, I'm not going to give it to you because I'm not going to give it to you. And then
Yeah.
close the thing. I have it on video. I got him doing that shit on video.
Okay, so on the other risk, it would be, low would be previous concern, but not in the past 12 months. Monthly, medium would be monthly frequency over the past 12 months, and high would be daily or weekly frequency over the past 12 months.
I'd
Over the
say
past
There is
12
a other
months,
risk, and what is
I
the
flip
other
out.
risk?
I flip out 3 or 4
But
times
you
a
feel
week.
like it's high?
Yeah.
What is that other risk that's causing
Well,
it to be
lately
high?
it's been the mold. It can also end up being the medical representation issue.
So mold exposure in his apartment.
Yes.
No. Toxic levels of CO2 and toxic levels of other, because we just found that's what we're going with. Mold, there's
Toxic.
no law about mold, but toxic carbon dioxide and monoxide has been found to be.
Yeah, we're
in
all
my-
electric, but we still have extremely high levels of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide in the house.
Which is why we always keep the doors open, for the most part, or at least as often as we can.
Toxic carbon
And that was found
monoxide.
during the mold testing.
So toxic carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
Even though we are in an all electric unit, there is no.
Well, it's in the test results. She has them.
Do you have a detector?
Yes.
Yes,
We
we
went
do.
and bought one ourselves.
We had, yeah, the landlord gave us one of those water detectors, you know, when you go to do your dishes, it goes off.
The basic one that they're supposed to have for their insurance is all we have.
I took that thing down,
Yeah, they
and
usually aren't gonna spend,
Yeah.
I spent $37.
$1 on.
Yeah.
That's $37 I spent. I feel a lot safer.
But
in
we
the
got
house.
it reads several different things.
Yeah, and I'll fill the rest of that out later. It's just really translating everything into chart.
Right.
But yeah, all the mold and issues and all this other stuff is the most recent stuff.
Okay.
Ongoing.
I'm just putting it under toxic carbon monoxide and carbon
Yeah.
dioxide.
ongoing, it's the medical representation issue that he's had for several years.
I'm such a genius, I'm stupid. That's the way I put it. I understand that I'm educated, but my emotional instability doesn't allow me to appropriate the right.
Alright, so medical representation issues he's had in the past several years. So, with that said,
I know the sun's moving.
what exactly, yep, what exactly would you say on that part? Like, when you say the medical representation, would that refer back to the record deals with Families Inc. and with Mid-South?
Those have been let go. We've made a deal to just let that go.
Okay.
Remember? You said that's behind us.
Yeah,
We
that's
gotta
behind
move,
him.
We gotta move forward.
Right, but I'm just asking because it's listed on the list, so I don't have to
Yeah.
include it. on
Okay,
the
no,
list.
no, go ahead and include it.
I was
Okay.
like, I don't have to include
But
it.
just to let you know,
I mean, yeah, that's in the history, yes.
yeah.
Right, but exactly.
Okay.
And it's
All
being
right.
repeated because it was provided today.
And it
Like,
could be
yeah.
referred to with the trying to find a psychiatrist. He has a psychologist, the doctor part. of
But I need
mental
someone to bitch
Yeah,
at
the
for an hour.
psychiatrist typically is the one that prescribes the meds.
Okay,
The
I need
psychologist is
I need
usually
someone
the
I can
one
talk
that does
to.
the testing.
Yeah. So he's the issue in trying to find the person he talks to.
The
Yeah.
therapy.
Someone other
A
than,
therapist.
because she's
Yeah.
living in it, so she's kind of fogged. I'm
And
living
every time
in
we
it.
try
I'm
to
kind
call
of
someone,
fogged.
they're like, "Well, we don't want you to see any other doctor," and he's happy at Renee with the doctor he's seeing.
Yeah, but they want me to change my doctor. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no. I finally have a doctor that put me on the proper medication right the fuck away. Like, you want Xanax? Here it is. All of a sudden, I'm not in the hospital anymore. And it went from there. I don't want to lose her. She solved the problem.
Yeah, and unfortunately, most do. I'm not aware
And
of
most
any.
of them want you to go to the doctor
Yep,
that's in there.
just because it's like a
The
what they call
behavioral
it,
health doesn't.
continuous type of, yeah.
The
But you have a
behavior.
right, of course, on that part.
Right.
It's just you're
And
gonna
it
be
can-
limited.
So,
Yeah.
can we find telecom?
Telecom for our therapist. There's
Yeah,
a
'cause
possibility.
That would
Talking
solve
part.
all the problems.
For the psychiatrist, the
Yeah.
therapist is the one that does the individual counseling.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we do telehealth with them?
Or find someone who would.
That
That would
just-
negate
Because
my
Renew,
reason to have to
we found out
record.
that Renew does not do.
On the medication.
Yeah, they only do medication.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Renewed Health and Wellness. yeah.
Now, his doctor,
A lot of
his
refer to
monthly
Renew
visit,
when they don't have any services at all,
Yeah.
typically.
his monthly visit, she does sit and let him talk things out.
She's really nice.
Now, I will say
So-
there are some too that, there are some too that don't have a doctor. They may have like their own practice. When I
Yeah.
say own practice, they still accept some of the passes. I will say that they
When
will
pass
refer
can't, yeah.
to an outside that would do the medication because they don't have a doctor.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's-
if we could
that's the
find
same
someone
thing
like
with
that, that would be
Staywell.
great.
Okay.
That's the same thing with
Well,
Staywell.
I know one
Yeah.
for sure, right off the top. It's a female, so I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. But
I like women better than men.
yeah, but there's a female, and I know that she does because, but that
And-
doesn't mean that she has. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say she's gonna accept it necessarily, but
Exactly.
she still has the right to decide if she wants
Yeah.
to.
I'd like to
I'll
be able to
provide
talk.
you with
I'd
that
rather talk to
information.
a woman. A woman has
You
a
can
heart.
send a text message.
A woman,
Yeah.
women, y'all are stronger. Y'all are better at putting shit together in an instant. Y'all,
I need to get another umbrella because
this is
a
getting
lot
on
of
an
fun.
umbrella. But I haven't.
Nothing. He doesn't really. So
I'm
we're
not
done
a-
with the risk assessment. Now we're gonna move on to the PCSP. And I'll be running behind for my next one, but that's just been the day I've had.
Yeah.
I have Claritin.
I took some.
Okay.
Yeah, I took them. Thank you though. Yeah.
Yeah, he
that's
gets
what I take.
prescription Claritin, and I got over-the-counter Claritin.
I've
so
got
we're good.
I've got 4 medicines allowing me to breathe.
But yeah, that's what I usually use is Claritin. I did take some today.
Yeah. It covers everything, but it covers most. There's. I think they did that purposely so that you can take it with them. With Benadryl. I think they purposely left that antihistamine out of it. I just gave you an extension cord.
Yeah, but it's plugged up.
This
So,
one.
Sonny, thank you.
Yeah, I grabbed a hold of you. I got
He
you,
went
babe.
behind me at the same time I said.
I got you. I got you. Babe. I ain't gonna let you fall down.
Okay, so here we go. Pretty
That's a
much
little- that's a little-
already. I'm gonna go ahead and obtain your signatures. I think my battery should hold okay as of now, because it stays on the docking station and it's charged throughout the day. So I don't think I'm gonna have an issue with that, but just in case,
I have a charger.
I'm gonna go ahead and obtain your signatures and then go over any changes that may be needed. And
That's fine.
I'm thinking normally it's medication related changes, usually, and then I don't think they had a crisis plan on you at all. They call it a crisis plan, but it's more of, it's really not crisis plan, it's more of.
If I have to sit on my front porch, I mean, I understand your personal perceptions and circumstances. I respect that. But it does show that it is believed to be dangerous enough.
Whether it is or not, if I went to any place and they told me that, I wouldn't go in.
Yeah.
Regardless of if it was approved or not. When I
Okay,
know
It's
in
the same-
advance.
it's the same
Unfortunately,
if
we
you're-
don't know that in every household,
Yeah.
but,
Right.
you know.
It's the
Well-
same as if you're told someone's sick in the house, you wouldn't want to go.
Right.
But the treatment needs to be done, and it would be
Pretty
your
much. Yeah.
responsibility to make sure that that child
Pretty
gets
much
the
the
proper
case.
treatment. And
But yeah, so, some people don't allow it in households.
So,
So I typically meet
can
up
we
with
ask
different
the
places.
insurance company to please reimburse us half of what it cost us to get these tests?
So I mean,
I don't know if someone would be.
They're all medical tests, blood
medical tests,
tests, and
maybe.
it's just that's medical.
if you'll send me a copy of it, and I'll ask my lead and my supervisor, I say
Okay.
lead, but that's what for, and I'll ask her and see, but I don't
Oh,
think so.
Speaking of which,
I doubt if they will, but I'll ask. I
I'm-
don't rule it out.
I'm
If you'll
try-
sign in the box here, this just saying you're not currently with the behavior health provider other than Renew. But if we wanted records from Renew, if you agree with this,
Yeah, yeah, you can
then
have-
you
yeah.
can sign that
Absolutely.
because you don't currently have therapy. It's a touch screen too, so whichever is your
I don't want
preference.
to scratch your screen.
Oh,
I didn't do it.
that's okay.
Well,
It
I did do
happens.
it. It was me.
Yeah, it happens. There it
My
goes.
apologies.
It's all
You
right.
said medical bills and reminded me.
Okay.
We're still getting the medical bill for the
That's one. You got another one too.
for NEA optometry.
What is it saying?
That he
Oh, I
still
got my
owes
glasses.
160 something.
Yeah, I called the
Oh, here's
I
one.
called the number. I called somebody else. That's the other one.
Oh, another one? I feel it.
I called the place and mentioned about that information, and she was going to do what she needed to do. When was this bill received?
We just
On
got
that
that in the
day.
mail
End
yesterday.
of May. Okay.
I just picked it up out of the mailbox this last couple of days ago.
Because the main thing we have to make
I'm
sure
going
that
for
they're
my
billing
nonviolent felon
Summit.
thing.
I'm wondering if, because some places will do an eye exam, but they won't do the glasses. But you haven't gotten any glasses, though, have you?
Yeah.
You've got new glasses.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's related to that.
Well, they,
'Cause we were told it was covered by insurance.
on their end, my insurance covered everything. And then all of a sudden I got a bill.
You have a primary too.
Primary.
You just have Medicaid, period, right? Nothing else other than Medicaid.
I got you, and I got Medicaid.
Well, yeah. Typically you have to have Medicaid in order to have something. If they don't have any insurance, you can't have something.
Understood. Here's that. Yes,
Behaviors that increase the risk of choking, placing too much food in one's mouth, eating too fast, swallowing food whole, placing non-edible items in mouth,
Right.
etc.
Right.
If you're at a high, it would be, tardive dyskinesia, history of aspiration pneumonia, or other severe conditions related to choking aspiration.
Aspiration.
Which one of those would you say?
Aspiration. I can't drink things with ice in it. If it has ice in
So
it.
which one of those would fit? Low, medium, or high? That's what I'm asking.
Well,
Well,
he has had a diagnosis before he even got to Arkansas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Aspiration.
Aspiration.
Okay.
Yeah, that's already in the books.
Okay.
So-
I still
so-
have to ask regardless.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
So
already.
since
in
he
the
has a
books.
previous diagnosis, I'd say high.
Hi. Yeah. And then the fact that I'm on two different kinds of inhalers now. I'm on a
So
albuterol.
high and high again says this. Why did it go away like that? That's odd.
I'm sorry, I stood up. You don't
That's
understand how I am.
accidentally.
No, it's me. It's
Kitty is messing with the puppy.
That's our cat.
Oh, yeah, I figured that when she said it. I didn't know the name, but I figured when I saw it, it was wrong.
No, that's her name, Kitty.
But yeah, high again would be the dysphagia, if I'm saying that correctly.
Dysphagia. In other words, I'm passing
Okay.
out from it,
So the
or
G is
I'm
silent.
going. Yeah.
The tardive dyskinesia, a history of aspiration pneumonia, or other severe conditions related to choking aspiration. So high is what you
Well,
would
then
get.
that would be high because
Previous
because of,
diagnosis.
yeah, I suffered from that. Yes.
Okay.
And there's doctors and hospital visits to prove them backwards.
Okay. Oh, that's totally fine. I mean, I'm taking your word for it. That's why I have
Yeah.
to ask.
That's fine.
Well, give me a sum up type of explaining that. You said about liquids with ice in it, but I
Yeah,
mean,
liquids with ice. He's also, if they're very cold, like if they're straight from the fridge.
I don't drink.
Cold.
I don't drink cold drinks. My soda is warm.
It's
a
like the
warm
cold.
temperature.
It's like the cold constricts his
Oh
muscles in
man,
his
I
throat,
can't breathe. Yeah,
and
it breaks
it causes aspiration.
I don't want to have to hit an inhaler every time I drink cold.
Yeah,
you say cold does what?
cold restricts the muscles and causes the aspiration. So he doesn't drink cold drinks. He
Normally,
gets-
now I do when I go to
Yeah.
a restaurant, but I ask for no ice.
But it's no ice. If he can have a bottled water from like the back seat of the car,
Oh
he'd
man,
rather
cool.
have that.
Warm water.
Sure, room
That's even better.
temperature.
Yeah. Room temperature or warm.
It doesn't affect me at all.
Yeah. But cold affects it.
And seizures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I passed out.
He has had a seizure
I've
in the
had a
last
seizure
couple of years.
a couple days, honey. I just had one. Remember?
Okay, I'll read if it's going to be low, medium, or high. Low refers to
My
history of
my
seizures.
pulse my
Oh,
pulse
yeah,
went
that
up
was it.
40. I have it medically. I got this thing called.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you
yeah.
Can, you can answer
Sorry.
it, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
the low
He had to
says-
remind me.
I had to
Low
remind
says
her.
history of seizure activity that is managed successfully with or without medication and no recent seizure activity. Medium would be experiencing seizure activity monthly that is not managed by medications or member is not compliant and impacts members' daily living.
Yeah, he doesn't have seizure medications,
Okay, so
but
probably
he does have a
Extensively
few-
large doses of Xanax.
But that's medication for other issues.
So it's
that
not
help.
monthly, it's not daily or weekly, so he probably is gonna fit that low.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we've been together almost a decade, and there's only been a handful of times that I've
Yeah,
seen him.
yeah, I knew it wouldn't be monthly, weekly, or daily, so that's why I said I knew that part. So, okay, so we're gonna stick with the history of seizure activity that is managed successfully with or without medication and no recent seizure activity. Okay, so do you know what
I
triggers
did.
them?
I don't know what happened. My blood, my this thing started.
His blood pressure can severely drop, and that's how
We have a
know
blood
he was
pressure
having events.
monitor and stuff. But this is my first sign of
So,
defense. This is
would
this
you say
is.
dropping up blood pressure?
Yeah, that's one indicator. He'll also
lipase levels. What the pancreas?
Yeah, lipase is pancreas.
Okay, the pancreas starts acting up because of this toxic that I'm living in.
But she's saying, what are indicators of
Just
seizures
triggers.
do you have?
Yeah,
Triggers.
or the triggers.
The
Blood
dawn.
pressure drops. Anything else?
If it
sometimes-
wasn't for that camera out there, I wouldn't even be right here.
Anything else on that part? The seizures.
What have you noticed triggers your seizures when they do happen? Usually it's when you're
happened,
going manic.
Yeah, it happened after $600 was requested.
Yeah, when his emotions go very, very high.
And I mean, they can go happy high or bad high,
Yeah.
but it's a roller coaster. Ugh.
High emotion, good or bad, can trigger.
I can't just be Vulcan and normal. It's either means so much to me that I put my heart and soul into what I'm talking about. Other times
And you said Xanax help.
He takes
I haven't
Xanax
been back
for
in the
his manic
hospital.
episodes.
And the dysautonomia.
Yeah.
It is for the dysautonomia. That way my body doesn't get to a point where it kicks in. But if I have too many dysautonomia surges, it's known for people to have a life
Spell that for
of
me.
15 years.
Dysautonomia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's spelled as it sounds. DISA.
And here's the note. This is straight from the doctor. They wrote it. They
Yeah,
wrote
this is from the doctor that was at Clopsing.
this is when he gave me my diagnosis,
I just
and,
said
this
put
was,
I.
and it was written by the nurse to record that this is what I was diagnosed with. It's in the nurse's handwriting, not anybody else's.
were you all saying about the dysautonomia?
I have 13 years to live.
What were you all saying about it?
Well, he was told that it's not when he starts feeling nausea, vomiting, and stuff like that. Nothing that he takes for the nausea and vomiting is going to help because it's a fight or flight response, which is a neurological thing. So if he's getting scared or overly happy or
Yeah, I can get overly happy and just be like talking like,
Yeah.
like,
and it'll
and-
trigger his
and I notice,
fight or
like,
flight
well,
response.
I need to stop.
And end up causing
I
a
need
nausea
to-
and vomiting episode. So the Xanax helps level out those extreme feelings.
The Xanax makes me feel like it doesn't matter as much, so
Yeah.
that my emotions don't go so high.
So that he doesn't.
So when
end up
feeling
being-
nauseous, and you said the vomiting part.
yeah.
Vomiting, the diarrhea,
the
the
extreme
loss of
emotions
blood.
cause
Loss of
cause
blood.
all the extra stuff. The nausea, vomiting, the heart rate,
I've also been hospitalized
enzyme levels, all that
because I
go out
lost
of.
half my blood in my body was gone. They had to put me on. They had to get a blood transfusion.
That was in connection to the allergic reaction to a tick bite.
So it's good you know what helps,
Okay.
what offsets it.
And this is why I keep her around when I talk, because I don't talk right. I can't
You get
advocate
things
for myself.
you get things mixed.
Exactly, and that's why I need an advocate, because my disability ain't letting me do it right. I'm gonna mess it up, and it could kill me.
I have to see how that works on that part, because my only thing is legally wise regarding that. And of course, you currently have the services for personal care aid, so we say that, but they do what they do. They have their job description as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I said I'm not sure what other options are there available. You heard me. Every time you hear it clicking, you're kind of looking like, what's that noise? Like, what is that coming from?
Son.
Picking up on that.
That's another reason that we keep his tags on him.
So I
That
know,
way we can hear him.
You can hear him.
so I know no use of life support. What about falls?
With the dog is going to be trained to be able to recognize that I fell and help
Okay,
and,
so would you
and
be at
help
a
me
low,
back up.
medium, or high risk? The low would
Medium.
be occasionally feel unsteady when standing or walking. Medium would be difficulty with orientation to environment.
Mhm.
Reported, observed difficulty with vision,
Mhm.
medical condition associated with increased risk of falls, including but not limited to vascular disease, diabetes, arthritis, and COPD. That's medium.
Medium. What's the high? 'Cause right now
High
he's
is
at least.
history of frequent falls, recent change in functional status, medications impacting safe mobility.
Can't be
observed
paraplegic.
disorientation, confusion, relies on device for mobility and or support.
So he would be high.
Tethering.
Oh, really?
Because you
tethering
have a
equipment.
device for support, you have medication that makes you a little loopy sometimes, and you have had falls in the last 90 days,
So
not in
frequent
the last
falls.
30 to 60.
Yeah. See what we do now
So you
is
still
we have
think
a
high
seat.
though?
Yes.
Because frequent would be really more, but if that's the one you walk over with, I'm just
We
gonna
want-
put it and support it based upon what you tell me.
Yes,
Kinda-
ma'am.
Not exactly high, but not exactly medium. He's somewhere in between medium.
Okay, we'll stick with high. Okay. And you mentioned about he has medications.
Yeah, he does have medications that he takes medications that puts him to sleep.
No.
Isn't that what
hel-
Seroquel is?
The Seroquel is an antipsychotic.
So that causes
Okay.
drowsiness then?
No, the Seroquel helps me get to bed, and that's why I take it at night.
Okay.
The Seroquel quiets the voices, stops the hallucinations, and
So when you say medications, he's saying because that helps you sleep, so it's supposed to. That's
now as for
different.
the Xanax, now that I'm on a regular dose of Xanax, I've honest, except for the past week, been up at 10, sleep by 9, like, on a regular basis.
But you do feel that you have medications that causes you to fall. Is that accurate or not?
Well, yeah, the known
not the
side effects
medication.
of some of his medications.
My disability makes me fall, but not the medications.
The known side effect of some of his medications includes dizziness, drowsiness, and stuff like that.
I don't drive.
So medications that may cause.
Yeah,
I
it
don't.
doesn't necessarily cause it to him every time, but it is in the cautionary of those medications.
Okay. Anything else on the high history that you want to include? Anything else on the high history that y'all would like to include?
He does have a mobility aid. He's supposed to have a cane, but he has a walking stick.
Right there.
So he doesn't have a cane.
No.
He uses the walking stick instead of the cane. Because he likes it better than a cane.
Okay.
Not only that, but it's tall, so I can actually step up
Yes.
or step down. It's not like, oh God, I gotta put my hand down there.
Anything else on
He
that?
gets confused very easily, so he doesn't drive very often. And when he does drive, he has a companion with him.
There are times that I would be in a conversation and then completely lose not only train of thought, but just the whole thing, just completely go blank. And that's not from maybe once every few days to once every few hours.
Okay, so now we're on the life-threatening allergies. Any life-threatening allergies?
Yeah, black mold. Here, hold on. Do you want the test? Do you have the test?
As for low, medium, and high, low would be minor irritation to skin, minor swelling, minor symptoms related to allergic reaction, itchiness, redness, rash, sneezing. Medium would be moderate symptoms allergic to allergic reaction, high, swelling, tingling, mouth, swelling of lips, face.
It
Highs
depends on
would
what he
be-
gets. Because he's got medical.
So the welts, right?
And
That's
high.
the allergic reaction to the tick that caused all this.
Oh, yeah.
No, this is the reaction of the
Okay.
tick bite that was sealed over properly and pulled, but affected by the black mold, which prevented it from healing.
Yeah,
So
having
the
That's
high,
why-
Let me read the high, and you all can decide if it's low, medium, or high. Okay. History of anaphylaxis or other severe symptoms related to allergic reaction, throat swelling, difficult breathing, loss of consciousness, nausea, vomiting, or reliance on EpiPen.
Nausea, vomiting, allergic reactions, yeah.
So high.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'll let you all sum it up for me on the life-threatening allergies because I have to put an exclamation when I put low, medium, or high. For sure on high, I'm gonna have to put something. I can't. just
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna put high, and then
Right.
you can just put the test results right next to it.
Well, I still gotta type
She's
it
got to
in.
have it.
They don't allow us to
Type
put,
it.
like, for example, say if I was on your care plan
Yeah.
and I can't say refer to the treatment plan or stuff. I still have to
Understood.
put it.
Understood.
So
He
just
he
sum it
has
up.
food allergies to coconut and. Are you allergic to banana?
For some reason, when I try to eat the two foods, I'm able to swallow. It does swell my throat, but it doesn't swell my throat every time.
Okay.
Sometimes I can eat coconut, and sometimes I can eat.
So he have loss of consciousness as an issue because that's in high too.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has had it before, but not recently.
Then I've been on the
So
Xanax.
you say
Things.
recently, have it been within a year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So food allergies to coconut. What else?
Coconut and banana.
There's something about the potassium level.
Yeah.
Now I need legal aid. Now I do have a reason. They started court proceedings. They have, and I have video proof of them saying their lawyer told us we can't do this. Our lawyer said that we can do that.
And that's the
So
property.
at this point in time, I need protection because they hired a lawyer, and I'm a disabled American now being affected
And
by
property
that.
management company has lawyers on staff.
So when you say they, who are you referring to? They.
My landlords.
Landlords. The property
Landlords,
management.
the property managers, people whose responsibility it is. The reason why they keep calling me and asking me for a cash price, how much do you want? How much do you want? And I've got that on film. They know
Yeah.
they are
But yeah, I can't
completely.
get into the legal part of it other than
Yeah.
just making you aware.
Well,
I can't.
it needs to
Just
be in
like
the
if
report.
It comes to court, I can't.
It just needs to be in the report.
Oh.
My caseworker would make sure to notate that this is what's going on in my client's life right now.
Yeah,
this is-
I do document.
Yeah.
Yeah, I document.
Okay, so then who's the caseworker? Who's the
Say
person?
caseworker, I'm not
The
sure
person
what
who represents me when talking to doctors, the person who represents me when making appointments to try to find an appropriate doctor that would be suitable to my disability, that's the state's requirement. That's
When you say state's requirement, yes, I
Yes.
do help with resources, but this is my first time hearing you mention about
Yeah.
a specialist. Today is my first time hearing that.
Okay.
And obviously the hospital made that referral, is that not correct?
This is true.
They sent us to the PCP to get a referral to this specific doctor,
Okay.
and we couldn't get into PCP until the 20th. So it's in the works.
But in the meantime, we're living in an unsafe environment, which calls for emergency housing. And it's the landlord's responsibility to pay for that.
Well, they should have the doors closed if that is the case. Why are the doors not closed and locked and not allowing you all to come in here?
Where, what? My doors?
Meaning, why do they allow y'all to be in here if that's the case? Like,
Yeah,
Because
because there's
Arkansas
no
allows them to
mold
say
law.
They don't have to do anything.
We have-
until there's a health risk proven.
And there has been, which is great. So, like, we're at that point where they are in the palm of our hand.
you know, it's really slow today for some reason. I have no idea why. But it's all connecting. But I don't know. Y'all have fairly good internet over here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we have 2 towers for our service, like right next to us.
I
have a
have
tower
I
over
have
here and we have a
T-Mobile.
tower over here.
I have T-Mobile. I got it. Uses the internet.
See, the built-in is with Verizon and.
Oh, you'll never get anything Verizon out
Oh, yeah.
here. Good luck.
Yeah, built-in, but the connected to it, I want to say that.
Let's get my pack of cigarettes. I put them on the ground. Man, I keep. And this is another thing. My memory's going in a progressive rate to the point where I'm incapable of taking care of myself.
Yeah, you probably need
due
to.
the
When do you see a neurologist again?
We've been trying to get in with the guy that diagnosed him with dysautonomia.
But
they
because he
keep
works
saying-
for St. Bernard's, and we were suing them, he's been cut off.
Now you want to look at.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
NEA.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get another.
If you need some
referral.
names, I can take the names for you.
That might be a good idea.
Okay.
We can take those names and get a referral for that on the 20th as well.
I've been dealing with this for 3 years. Isn't it time that someone takes care of the inhospitable environment that I live in?
I think Dr. Chan is one, but I'll have to pull that list and send you all options available. So I may be familiar, so I may not. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I will send that information as it becomes
Here's the
available.
puppy.
I'm gonna go ahead and start obtaining some signatures. Cute, cute, cute. Don't jump up on
No,
those. I got
no.
these thin pants on, and I don't feel that.
You pulled it.
Hey, baby.
No, you pulled it out. It's supposed to be in its locking position.
We all scratched up then. These thin.
That's why we have.
He's a very happy puppy. Oh, hush. Sonny. Leave her alone.
And that's gonna get you what?
She's got me going there.
Oh.
I'm not sure if this is it. Okay, I think I'm in action now. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the Simpla signature, and then y'all have explained the ER visit information. I'll get that typed in later, but at least I know what led to it.
You got the notes for it.
So.
The guy who's running the Tyson's chicken factory down the road just got arrested for the 2nd time for DUI. Is that crazy or what? I'm gonna have to give him a call and be like, hey, let's go out drinking. I'm not the one who drinks.
Should be able to get that information.
But yeah, his memory is lapsing, but I'm thinking
Exactly.
with the precautions that we started taking, the extra filtration and all that, he's starting to get a little better. Starting to. It's either that or his,
When was the last time you saw a
Stress.
neurologist?
Okay, so
oh, it's been a couple of years.
So it's been a while.
Okay,
Because
so
they at Clopton Clinic don't want to.
this is from the Mold Law Group responding and such.
Okay.
If you would please read this, this needs to be seen and understood.
Oh, well, they told you the same thing I told you about the legal aid.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, you're
I'm
hearing-
backing you up.
You're hearing, you know,
This is I just got this. So
And every time we call legal aid, oh, you got to be committed or
a case has to already
arrested
been
or-
opened.
Yeah.
And if they got a lawyer, that means they opened the case. You can't say I have a lawyer and the lawyer said this to me. That makes me defendant. It doesn't make me plaintiff. which also requires that the lawyer that I can hire, if I get one, would get his money back. Because I would be the defendant.
Yeah, and that's more of they say a free litigation consultant.
Yeah.
So it's
And they said, get a
that-
lawyer, this is what you need, you got it, it's good.
Yeah.
And they were
So when
supposed
you
to
consult
refer.
with somebody, sometimes consultation can be a fee, but in that case, it's not
No.
on that particular one, which is good.
I've been with them for a few weeks, Mr. Flowers, who was the state inspector that came out here. He helped us out a bit. I
Who
think-
sent that email?
That email was sent from the Mold Exposure Company. In other words, the law group that is called the Mold Law Group, and her information is at the bottom here. Make it nice and big for
Lauren Clark is the litigation consultant that they're referring you to.
you. Yes. She said, I get this last P test and she'll take my case. I got the P test. She wants $3,000 for me to take another test.
What kind of test is this for that amount?
Exactly. And why is it needed?
And this is after we had asked, is there
any
any
other
other
tests that I'm going to have to
tests?
go
Yeah.
for? And I have
Oh, you
her-
asked that too?
Yeah, and
Yeah, we
and
asked,
she
is
said,
there
no,
any other
that's
fees
all
you're
you
going to
need.
be
You bring
asking?
that, you give that to your social worker, works with that. So, yeah.
But yeah, so.
And honestly, I'm just being told that caseworker.
Sonny.
She's responsible for you
Sonny.
getting the proper medical treatment. She's
Sonny.
responsible to make sure that you get the treatment that's equal to and okay with your disability. It's the whole purpose.
So when
of-
they say caseworker, I'm not sure exactly who they're referring to when they say that.
They would set up appointments.
mhm,
They would
mhm.
find appropriate doctors for
Mhm,
me and set up
mhm,
appointments.
mhm.
I
You say set up appointments. We don't typically set up appointments in my role, so
Well,
I'm just
what,
telling
you would
you
call
about
the
what I
doctor's
do.
office. You would ask them, I have a client that has these different disabilities, and he requires this in order to be seen by the doctor. Does your office do that? Yes or no? No? Next call. And I'm not asking to go outside.
No,
HIPAA.
doctors wise, yay,
Yeah, to
but
put it-
as for
to put it
making
bluntly,
appointments, no.
I get paid to clean him, clean the house,
Mhm,
take him places,
mhm.
make sure he takes his medication.
Yeah, like I go places. I
And make
only-
sure he gets his shopping and stuff like that.
I-
That's what I get paid 2 hours a day.
Mhm.
What he needs is someone that does the other stuff that I do. The calling doctors, the calling
Well,
legal
information.
services, getting information, getting
a social worker.
Yeah, I could do that on
Yeah.
a three-way call now. I could assist
Yeah.
with that on a three-way call because of questions and things that you may have, and you're on the line listening as well. You know what I'm saying? That's the preference.
I can't, I put it, we do have paperwork. She is my representative.
Mhm.
She is officially notarized as
he
in
puts all
charge
the
of
calls
me.
on
No, I signed a piece of
speaker.
paper while I was in
Yes.
jail that said that I signed all my rights and regulations
Puppies
to
are
you.
nice.
I can't even
But yeah,
spend.
ask for a doctor's appointment and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can assist. And typically, if members need assistance, those
Well,
that need
my
assistance,
problem is I
I'll
need to
call
be
on
able.
a three-way usually.
Right. I
Is it-
need to be able to see them at home, and if I have to see them once every 3 months, I can get enough Xanax in my body to be able to go and come back without getting sick.
You need to see who at home.
My primary care physician, the hospital,
Not necessarily here, but need to go and see.
like my therapist, the person that gives me my medication,
you should
she all
be-
telehealth and stuff.
Yeah.
He
But
loves
I
Renee
still need to be
because they do a
seen.
lot of the tele.
Yeah.
And I understand-
And many places do, and some don't. So
And another thing is that my HIPAA records are my HIPAA records. And that means during the time that I'm dealing with my health care, due to my incapability of making proper decisions, because you've made it plainly, I am just ranting here. What was I saying?
Your HIPAA.
HIPAA only requires the doctors and the insurance companies and all the people who are holding that information. You just can't share it without my permission. But if it's my medical information and I choose to share it, that's not against HIPAA. So, in order for my memory, as what you just seen, this is what happens. I'd be in a conversation and I completely forget what I'm talking
Well,
about.
yeah, that's just like the landlord. I couldn't tell her, hey, he has this, and that. I couldn't tell, like, your medical, I couldn't give her that information.
Right, I understand that.
She needs your signature.
In that box
She's-
there. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to
Oh.
share that. So certain stuff I can and can't. That'd be just be a matter
Well,
of.
you're not. It's just you're supposed to ask the doctor, like, okay, he needs a camera on him at all times
No,
for safety.
I cannot
I hate.
do that.
What do you mean?
Camera, depending on their policy and stuff. I don't have the.
Yeah,
power
that's
to
what
do
I'm saying.
That's not her
No,
power.
no. I'm not asking you to change their policy. I'm asking you to find a doctor that's willing to accept to my disability. That's what I'm asking for. Whether it's in Little Rock or not, I gotta go, and I have requirements to go. But my disabilities are these, and they need to be respected.
There are a lot that will do telehealth. Now that I'll tell you. But as for, especially when COVID hit, everybody turned to that. But as for, different things like that, depending on their policy, it'd be a matter of finding out what their policy
Yeah.
is.
Well, that's just it. That's what the caseworker does. She gets a list of numbers. She calls them, asks them for the requirements, and finds me a doctor.
I
She
think-
she asks me how many miles do you want to go around,
Yeah,
and
I can assist
and then
with
and then when we
that.
find somebody who's willing to take
Then I
me,
can assist
then
with
we
it,
can
yeah.
make the appointment. But I need someone to make that that step, that part. I can't do it, and it's sickening. I have an IQ that's. I finished my college exam. That with 10 minutes to spare for my placement. I could have went to college.
But yeah, but I can assist with that. But like I said, that's,
But then all of a
And
sudden
you
this
do.
goes.
You
well,
give us
Wham.
the information and everything. And what he's saying is, instead of having me doing all the calling, there's
Which she's
supposed
not
to be
supposed to
another
do.
person.
They're supposed
well,
to
when you
be-
say
Does
that,
all the
if you have
calling.
an issue with that, if we're made aware of that,
Yes.
then yes. But when we don't
Oh.
know that, then no.
Yeah.
Okay. See, there's key like the
Because there's
the
a lot
lawyer
of
said.
members
There's
we
key
have
words
that
I have
wanna
to
take care
say.
of stuff themselves, and unless they tell us otherwise,
Yeah.
And-
we'll
and-
assist.
And
Yes,
that's the
yes.
difference in him and me. I'm the one that will take care of everything for myself. He wants someone who will take care of it for him.
So that she's not so stressed out. Well,
But yeah,
the only
when
thing
they
she
aware
gets
of that,
upset.
oh yeah, we must
Well,
definitely get them
people
that.
hanging up
Assist
on
with
her,
that.
telling her you don't have the right to talk for this person needs to talk and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I have paperwork. She's got paperwork. I
Yeah.
signed it while I was in jail.
It's different when you call though, and if you're not asking specific questions, you have a right to ask questions, but depending on.
So
Yeah.
I need a ferryman.
Yeah, I keep getting
I need
every
a
time I
need
try
a
to call
captain.
for
Oh,
him.
yeah?
I need someone to steer the boat. I'll row the boat. I'll row the boat. I'll do all the work you want me to do. You just point me in the right direction. Navigate this life of sickness.
This is just your risk assessment here that we have to start doing beginning April 1st. So since your care plan is time for renewal, then I will be asking you a few questions, and you'll just let me know if you have no occurrences, you have low, medium, or high. Those are the options for the few questions that I'll ask you on the risk assessment.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
first one is choking and aspiration. If you're at low, it will be occasionally occurrence of previous concern or previous concern. If you're at a medium, it will be on medications that affect your throat muscles.
Sing with a nurse. different
I
things.
am in trouble. My health is in trouble.
When
I
you say St.
don't
Bernard's,
feel
refer to
safe.
ER.
Yes.
I don't feel safe in this.
He was originally at the lab at St. Bernard's and chose to go to the ER because the lab couldn't further what he needed.
They suggested for me, since I am mentally disabled, to get admitted to the hospital. They would be able to run the microbiology tests because they'd have to run tests for those that exact same test anyway to see what's in my system, in my intake. So I tried to utilize the system as it was created.
He's very
Well, that's Matt. That's my man right there. Basically,
So you started someplace, but because of that, it led to ER.
They couldn't.
yeah,
do the
because
lab work
if you
in
don't
the
let me
lab
say it,
and had
I'm
to
gonna
go
be
to the
so
ER to
upset.
do it.
If you just let me be able to
Sorry.
say it, I would be very appreciative. My name is Trent Gattazzaro. I'm under your care. You believe that my house is so toxic that you cannot come inside. Means I feel in my life is in danger. Because if you feel that you're in danger, I'm in danger. I am in an endangered environment
Well, you've taken the steps that you need to take.
with
Number one.
you.
Okay.
And then at this
And
point,
then
you
it's up
you
to
do
you
the
to do
Yeah.
what you would like to do from there. Okay.
You're insured. Yeah, that's what you're supposed. That's your job.
So you took him to the ER when he went on Monday.
Well, Monday I took him to the lab, and he chose to go to
Okay.
the ER, so it was in.
It was in the process
building
of getting
thing.
myself the proper care
But
that
you
I
did
need.
provide
Yes.
transportation. Okay.
And while there, they did the deduction and everything, found out that it wasn't a mental crisis, but that's where he got the.
So he had a psych eval.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where he got the instructions for the referral for the doctor. That he has to go to PCP, get the referral to that Dr. John.
Okay.
Whatever.
Mhm.
And that's the referral stuff that we were.
I got you.
And even worse is they started trying to say that it was my job to refer when we'd already told them I had been trying to.
It's
Report.
somebody's job to report to the right people that
Report
there's abuse happening,
the-
not by her or
yeah.
people, but that I'm in an unsafe
So
situation.
it was your job to do what again?
To report that he was in an unsafe
It's her job to
Okay.
And
help
I had
get a
been
lawyer.
trying to do all this, trying to call the
Right.
adult
Right.
abuse line and all this. Talked to my bosses at the home health thing, and they said you're fine. And
Mhm.
been trying to cover all bases everywhere, and
Okay.
they're still
It's
at
been
the
ex-
hospital trying to put everything off on
And
me.
it's been explained to me that it is
So
my
you're saying that,
caseworker's
as my
responsibility.
supervisor mentioned, options were available, and that's regarding
Yeah.
the cleaning, but he was kind of like, oh, it's not, it's just a
Yeah.
cover up. And then it went on to say that the next option was
Oh, they didn't
to
come in here to
relocate.
clean.
So, I
Well,
mean,
we're looking at relocating,
there's so
but
much
we
that
don't.
we can do because, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer, you know, and so with that said,
We are looking to relocate,
okay.
but they've offered to let us out of the lease early, but we don't have the money to move.
Okay.
And the only way that we're going to be able to is in the next. We've got 7 months before
lease.
this month's lease is up. This year's lease is up, and that's going to be how long it's going to take for us to get the money to move, because it's going to take a couple $1,000s to move.
And a few weeks of not eating or bathing
Yeah.
or with the air conditioner on and, you know,
So y'all have used the-
unsafe
We've used up.
environment.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've used it.
Okay. Okay.
We've got food stamps. My food stamps hit today. His hit the other day. We're
I don't
good
know if
on
y'all would
food.
qualify as for some assistance in the move, but there are some resources on that.
Yes.
It's just a matter of if y'all would qualify.
Well, it's an ADA advocate
Yeah.
That's
who then
the,
contacts
you know,
legal
The,
aid.
the cost of moving for us would be having the month's rent here that we would have to have, plus the first month, plus deposit at the another place. Getting moved, when we buckle down and do it, we can do it.
Mhm.
No problem.
Mhm. But was
I mean,
saying
I got
that-
this place in less than a week.
Okay.
I'd been in the hospital, and the next week I was having him sign the lease with me.
Okay. But yeah.
This one.
But I was just saying in general, basically, just for basically the you say
Yeah.
deposit and then that
Yeah.
month's rent, and you say rent for here too, or you all be able to cover the rent.
We would have to cover the rent for whatever month we're still living here, because
Right.
we'd still be having to move out.
Right.
And we'd also, at the same time, have to have the first month and deposit for the
Mhm.
new place.
Mhm.
And they refuse to give us back our deposit.
Yeah, they've already said they're not giving our deposit back. No one gets their deposit back.
Florida, excuse me, Arkansas tenant law states that that can't be held for common repair of the apartment. It has to be damaged, and for that to be used, I have to make a hole in the wall, and then the cost
Did
of.
she say there was any damage? I mean, for her to just
Not from us.
automatically- when I say her,
Well, she
the
says,
landlord
but she's
lady-
the damage is considered. They have to clean the carpets and repaint the apartment, and that's normal maintenance. And I am a construction worker. I know what I'm talking about. That's
We've got renter's insurance, and when we do get the means to move ourselves, we'll involve the renter's insurance on everything to try and get our deposit back. We will.
or I can
The
get an
only other
ad.
thing, I
How,
don't know
how do
the
I get an
difference I would
advocate?
get, but the only other thing would be that the landlord because inquire about, I know you said she said no one gets it back. But if
says it's in the
I don't
lease
know.
for the repair, for carpets
Okay,
and.
if it's in the lease, I
Yeah.
don't have a report on that one.
Well, if you can find the lease, read through it, it
Yeah.
says it or
If
not,
it's,
it
if it's on the
doesn't.
lease, then
Everyone.
that follows it basically. If it's not, then
Yeah.
it's not finalized. If it's in writing, you may have some, if it's not in writing, then you may be able
Yeah.
to. Let's see.
Believe me, we're trying to figure out how to do everything. Hey, I'm figuring out how to get us afloat from having to pay for the mold test and all that. So. And I've got us afloat from that. It's not gonna
Called,
put us too much
I
into
called
negative.
Yeah, like I said, the only
Okay,
resources
well-
when it comes to those things for me that I can recommend would be churches.
Well, how do I get an advocate then?
How do you get an advocate for,
My disability, an advocate.
when you say your disability?
Yes.
Like,
I'm disabled and I'm incapable of doing certain things. That's what a disability is.
correct.
The caseworker is in charge of making sure that I am safe.
When you say caseworker, who are you referring to?
The person in charge of my medical case.
You know how
Who is your caseworker?
That's what I'm saying. Where I need
you
an
know
ADA
how
caseworker.
children in foster care and everything, they have a representative for them that'll
For the and the
Legal
disabled.
representative would be an attorney.
And it would be my ADA advocate's responsibility to find that appropriate attorney because I mentally can't. Or are you denying that I'm not?
I can't make that call.
You see
because
that's just how.
I haven't done any
And
tests
you know,
for-
going legal.
I'm not
This
a
is
tester.
their roller coaster we're trying to ride here, and we're only telling you what we see as we go along.
legal aid, and I think I mentioned to you all
I called-
before, and they said they give you any referrals.
Well now they basically said that your caseworker, the person in charge of your health care, if she believes that your health is in danger, is required by state law to report that as a neglect. Whoever's responsible for that neglect is responsible for every cent that y'all paid for my sickness. I paid $600 for the test to tie it all together. At this point in
I don't know how that
time,
would go over with, like
and if
the-
you're
you said
not
something about
willing-
APS, did you say something about APS? Did you call them or not? Regarding.
I don't know that
I don't know.
acronym.
I called the emergency hotline.
Oh,
I called the
Yeah.
abuse emergency hotline,
Uh-huh.
which
Yeah.
makes the state require someone to come out and make sure I'm okay.
And when we call
and no
them-
one comes out.
yeah. When we call them,
They don't send
think
somebody.
we're-
Yeah.
They don't think he's being.
It's
And
out of
I'm
my
supposed
hands.
and I'm supposed to have a
I
I'm
mean,
supposed to
other
have a
than the documentation
caseworker.
and that, because
Yeah.
they can accept it, they can accept the call, or they can not. They can say yeah, it's
Yeah.
enough to come out, or they can say no, it's not enough. There's not a whole lot I can do on that part.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's so much in my hand with that.
That's right. And
So,
so I understand that's your limitations.
yeah.
But federal law,
And
I'm
then-
supposed to have, and in HIPAA, it says that if I have problems with my medical, I'm supposed to be assigned an ADA advocate so that my rights are not infringed. For I can't do it, I'm disabled to make or
I'll
even
check with my
request
supervisor
me.
about that, because I'm not
Yeah,
familiar
it's a
with
technical
the program.
term. I was talking with the mobile group, I was talking to lawyers, and I'm talking all that, and it, because the state admits that this is too dangerous to come inside my home, that qualifies me for emergency housing, I do believe. And if what you're displaying is the fact that you
Yeah,
believe
I don't
that
make
you're,
that call though.
Yeah.
That's not my
I'm
call
gonna have to
make.
call it. You're the representative of the
I
state
mean, you can
and,
call
and stuff.
what you like to call on that. and,
Right.
you know, they'll tell you.
Right.
But as of, me speaking, I can't make that call. I mean,
You okay? So there's
yeah, I can't make that call. Now, if
You-
anything, the doctors can, and
Yeah.
a written thing and say
Yeah.
not livable conditions
And
or whatever.
we're
I
well.
trying
Then
to
why
go
aren't we
get all-
inside?
Yeah.
Because there's no papers that says it's not illegal or either.
Yeah, so if they're the ones that you get the test done, you're not getting the test done through me, and I'm not
No.
the one overseeing it.
Not looking for it,
So,
but just
I mean,
making sure you understand.
Yeah, I understand.
That, refusing to
And,
come in the house is showing that you know that I'm being hurt.
I mean, this wasn't the first time you all heard it though. I told you all
Huh?
that when I talked on the phone
Yeah.
to you, and I also shared it again. So I've said it, several times. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I'm
Well,
not.
I reminded him that you had said it. He was the one that was wanting to be in.
Well, this is just great. I mean, it's like if the state won't even come into my house,
I
what?
may not be able to do this today. I'll
Yeah.
see. Let me see if this works. May not work, but we'll see. We'll have to use my hotspot because the Wi-Fi on this is connected to the VPN. It's not gonna allow me access to my connection.
VPN prevents anybody else.
Yeah.
The person receiving it will know where it came from. But the person intercepting it wouldn't know anything.
Yep, that
Needs to
might
be
be done. Let's see if this will get me. Yep. That's connected now. I don't know why they don't have that part of the control. Yeah.
But as you can probably infer, this is why I got a little heated Monday when they tried to imply that it was on me for not reporting when I had called.
It's her job to make sure I have the right
Oh,
doctor.
everyone.
It's her job to make sure that I'm being taken. If she sees abuse,
They were mainly referring to Adult
at-home
Protective
nurse.
Services. When I've called them several times.
You had already called, is
Yes.
that what you said?
hmm
Called them every time I reported that. I called my bosses at the All Heart Senior Care, told them that I had said something,
Okay.
told the doctors that I had said something to all these other people,
Okay.
told all the other people that I had told the doctors.
Okay.
And then someone representing the hospital says, well, you should have done this. And I'm just,
yeah, that
Because if the mold somebody come out and if it's not livable, then that's a matter of.
oh,
and I just keep running against everyone else saying, it's not my job to do this, it's not my job to do this.
nobody seems to want to do their job anymore.
Well, it's when it comes to this particular situation, Arkansas doesn't have the best protection of tenants when it comes to that.
But that doesn't mean they can't.
It's just not the best, other than if you hire an attorney. Yes, that's about the only way possible.
And then the mold law group, they originally said $600 for the urinalysis test. Okay, we get that. Oh, now you got to pay almost $4,000 for us to get a lawyer for you.
Oh yeah, I knew that was gonna come into play.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And I had specifically on the phone 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it's already documented. They never
Asked,
said it. Is there going to be any
is
other
there
money?
any other charges for this?
Because quite frankly, we can't afford it, and we wouldn't do it in the first place if
Did
we can't
legal
afford
aid
it.
not make any recommendations?
Legal aid
I
won't do
need
anything
some,
for him unless he's
ski-
been
unless
convicted
I'm the one talking.
or been arrested.
And now they said they hired a lawyer. Guess what? That's admittance to court proceeding.